All right, y'all. So now we're here with Raven's skill kit. Let's take a look at her burst skill again because I forgot what it was looking like. She is the character that I do think is going to be not so good, but we'll see. Eve is looking like a must-have character. So, oh, okay. So yeah, burst skill animation is gonna be cool, I guess. Like the wallpaper, I mean. We'll see what happens here with this character. But like I said, Eve is looking to be like a must-have character, so let's hope Raven is as well, right? Okay, so they're both Iron DPSs, rocket launcher, burst 3, attacker. Come on, Raven, don't disappoint because you have to have something, some type of value to be better than Eve, or at least on par. So activates when performing of attack full charge. What? Activates when performing full charge attack. Affects one enemy unit nearest to the crosshair, deals 68% of final attack as sustained damage every 1 second. That stacks up to 10 times and lasts for 5 seconds. What? It stacks up to 10 times? Oh. So this multiplies by 10. So she can do up to 680%. Is that what I'm getting? Every 1 second? Am I tripping? Or does it not say stacks up to 10 times and lasts for 5 seconds? Which means its sustained damage can multiply by 10. So 68% times 10. That's 680% every 1 second for 5 seconds. When you do what? 10 full charges? Is that what I'm understanding from this? Because that's crazy. Let me know down below in the comments. But if that's the case, that's already crazy. For bosses, that's crazy. Activates when entering a full burst. Affects self. Gives herself a 47% attack buff of the caster's attack for 10 seconds. That's crazy. Okay. Very, 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 very powerful skill 1. Skill 2. Activates when entering a battle. Affects self. Fatal attack. Damage to parts increased by 21% for 5 seconds. And then when you enter a full burst, affects self. Damage to part increased by another 21% for 5 seconds. Okay, now let's see. Activates when an ally or self destroys an enemy parts. Affects self if self is not in the NA mode status. Single point attack, sustained damage increased by 47% for 15 seconds. Okay. Burst skill. Affects all enemies including parts. Deals 492% of final attack as burst skill damage. Effects of NA mode. Effect 1, remove single point attack. So you remove this part right here. And then sustained damage increased by 80. Oh my god. Oh, I don't even know what to say. They're both like must-haves, bro. Considering they're both Iron DPSs and Iron only has Red Hood and Laplace, they're like both kind of must-haves. I would say Eve is more of a must-have than Raven, but Raven is going to be so powerful against bosses. Like, it's scary. She's going to be so powerful against bosses. Oh my god. And my whole thing is like, if you're running, let's say I'm running Raven and Eve on the same team, right? And then I put Helm with them where the damage taken is increased by 25% permanently. And then my burst 1 character is, or heck, my other burst 2 is Crown, let's say. And then my burst 1 is Rappy. That's going to be nasty. My burst 1 can be Litter, my burst 1 can be Rappy, Crown, Eve, and Raven, and then like Helm. That's like a new ultra team right there. Okay. Raven is not going to be good against a lot of things. Like, Raven is only going to be good against bosses, as expected. But if we go back to Eve, Eve is going to be good against, like, in anywhere, but she's really only going to be good against electrical enemies. So that's kind of the niche, and this is what I was talking about in my last video. I didn't actually upload that video. I made a video basically explaining why, like, what collab characters should be and stuff like that. But essentially, my whole point is collab characters should have one type of value in the game for them to be relevant, right? Like, Raven here is going to be good against iron or electric bosses. Eve is going to be good against electric enemies, and that's it. If they're not against the boss, or if they're not against the electrical enemies, they're not going to be so great, right? But I don't even know. This character is nasty. Let me see what people are saying. I don't even know. I don't even know. People are just saying they're hot, but my thing is, like, okay, Raven, she's a sustained damage character, so with that you can run her with Crust as well, because Crust is a sustained damage buffer, right? You can run her with Summer Rosanna, which Summer Rosanna also is a limited character. Not to mention, Summer Rosanna is getting her rerun in August, because now we know July is going to be another collab, which is the Nier collab. So Summer Rosanna is going to rerun in August. And if we go to Miss Summer Rosanna here, she does also give sustained damage, and she does also increase damage to parts for all allies on her skill 1 and her skill 2, and she has damage taken increase. So Rosanna and Raven are probably going to be best friends. And I'm not being funny, like, this character doesn't need to be fighting enemies that are type, like, you know what I mean? So you could probably even use Raven. I know it sounds crazy, but you could probably use Raven on Kraken and get away with it, because they're gonna have their damage to parts increased by so much if you're running both of these two, and then after 10 full charges, Raven is gonna be doing godlike numbers. Not to mention, if you're using her burst skill, that sustained damage buff she's going to give herself is crazy. I'm gonna have so much fun using Raven, I think, especially in Kraken. I know she is not really gonna be like a Kraken character. I know you're not gonna really want to replace anybody on the main Kraken team with Raven, but like it's gonna have to happen. I feel like I'm gonna have to try her against Kraken. I feel like her and Rosanna need to go on the Kraken team to see what happens, because her AoE includes parts. She's dealing damage to parts as well. I've never seen that before. I don't think there's any character in the game that has that wording, affects all enemies, including parts. An AoE skill, a burst skill damage, I've never seen that before. I don't think any character has that. You guys let me know if I'm wrong, though. But so far, I think these two are going to be great characters. I think the only garbage character is Lily, which is expected. She's an SR. But Eve and Raven are kind of must-haves. It would be very silly for you to miss out on these characters. Luckily, by the time they go away, I'll guarantee get them. Maybe not on day one, but I'll guarantee get them. But yeah, they're both looking very, very positive. Hey, it's your boy Zxous. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys on the next one. Or I guess I'll see you later today when Eve comes out, right? And I'll show you guys how crazy she's going to be against, electrical enemies, I guess. But it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.